welcome to all of you and a heartfelt namaste. I, Anuradha Sharda, would like to thank all of you for liking my content and my channel. Today, we are going to talk about a very good transit, a very strong transit at that. Why so? Because Jupiter, the planet of which abundance that gives us money, so many things, is transiting into Dhanishta Nakshatra. As we talk about this nakshatra, let us understand what the qualities of Dhanishta is. Yes, as the name itself suggests, Dhan Ishta. Dhan means wealth. Wealth are of so many kinds, and some Ishta means enough, Ishta means abundant, Ishta also means the one the things that you desire. So the things that one wants to get in life, any kind of dhan or wealth, that can also be skills, the skills that help us take ourselves up in the future. So these skills are also a part of the wealth quotient that the Dhanishta Nakshatra has to offer to us. When we talk about Jupiter, there are so many things that Jupiter, as a planet of wealth, the wealth giving planet, can give to us. Profit and loss is something that Jupiter has always been associated with in form of money. It also gives us children, education, spouse, jewelry, assets, honor, spirituality, name and fame, association with big groups, rich food. All these things are the kind of wealth that Jupiter can give to us. Contentment and happiness is also something that Jupiter brings in our life. Security also. So, when it is traveling in or transiting in the nakshatra of Dhanishta, which gives us the comfort, any wish that we require, it has the ability to fulfill us for us, and it also gives us the wealth generating skills or the ability to gain wealth through our skills. And Dhanishta also means something which is very swift. So this is a nakshatra that in itself is very strong in giving you a lot of things. And top it all, the planet, which is supposed to be the best in the solar system in terms of wealth, comes and sits there. It is an exponential quotient for all of us. And in whichever way, good, bad, or ugly, this will definitely be on the rise in our charts. So let us take a good look on the day in which Jupiter will transit into this nakshatra and see how things are in that transit chart. But before that, Dhanishta only pays or only gives things when we are strong enough to work for it, and we are also very strong to take responsibility for our actions, because this is the nakshatra of Mars. As we talk about transit, it becomes very important to let people know that there must be yogas or there must be certain combinations which would be giving you what the transit delivers. Secondly, there should be some dasha, antardasha, pratyantar dasha, sukshma dasha also, and a small period of time or a window when this transit can actually work for you. So we definitely will be having those periods in our charts, however small it may be. So we can, if we can take advantage of that small period and work towards what the Dhanishta Nakshatra and Jupiter in it plans as a transiting planet plans to deliver on our doorsteps, we are definitely will be in a position to make good use of that situation. Now, when we take up the transit chart of the Jupiter transiting, which will happen on the 5th of March early morning. So when Jupiter transits into first pada of Dhanishta, the planetary positions would be as such. Jupiter, the sun would be in the nakshatra of Bhadra. Moon would be transiting to Anuradha, and the lord of Anuradha is Saturn, which is sitting with Jupiter. So that's a very strong, good point that Moon is also in favor of Jupiter. So your mind would be very much directed towards hard work, congeniality, and you will have the ability to work in groups, get things done via good hard work and combined efforts. Mars would be at that point traveling through Kritika, giving you the energy, giving you the drive. Here, Mars is very important for us because Mars is a planet in which Jupiter would be transiting, in whose nakshatra Jupiter would be transiting. So you have the ability, the grit, and the courage to face any situation that this Dhanishta nakshatra can put forth towards us. Mercury is also now just sitting right there at the edge of Shravana and would be joining Jupiter in Dhanishta in a couple of days' time. Jupiter, as we know, has already moved into Dhanishta Nakshatra, and Venus is now in Satvish Nakshatra in Aquarius. Saturn, as we saw, was in Shravana Nakshatra. Rahu is in is now moving into the nakshatra of Rohini, a very strong nakshatra, and Ketu is in Jeshta nakshatra, where it is also in conjunction with Moon. So your ability to get things done in a congenial manner will definitely give you an insight into your work, and it will also give you a very great appreciation from others. So this is what the transit chart would say. Now let us talk about how things are going to unfold for every lagna from Aries to Pisces with the transit of Jupiter into the nakshatra of Dhanishta. Jupiter is transiting into Dhanishta, wherein Dhanishta is ruled by Mars. So the houses of Mars become very active, and the houses of Jupiter becomes very active. And the place where this transit is happening is also very active. So the five houses that we see, which are very, very active, and the sixth house later on, as Jupiter would move into Aquarius, would show the results at a later date. So the first house, the eighth house, the ninth house, the 10th house, and the 12th house, with repercussions in the 11th house on a later date, can be understood and felt. You could be moving into deep research, which would at a later time be very beneficial for you, and it would bring you a lot of recognition and power in your work and in other social circles. You would also be able to structurize your work place, your business, your profession in a very, very definite manner, along with the fact that you would have a great insight into your work. This would also give you an ability to take responsibility for your own actions, for your business, and see to it how it would grow. This is a nakshatra that brings in a lot of growth, and Mars as a planet gives you an energy to work in that direction. Taxation will be an issue that you need to tackle, and you have the ability to tackle it well enough because your eighth house is being aspected by the lagna, by the Lord itself, and sitting with Rahu, it also says that you could also get it done through another person. But I would also tell you that as Rahu is sitting with Mars, it would also indicate that make sure that the person that you choose is not a cheat and is very qualified. Again, with all that you do, there is a very strong indication that you need to be charitable because in your work also, and you would need to understand when to let go of certain things in your work and when you need to start on with new prospects. For those who are more involved in the family, it is a time to understand what you can avoid in your family circles and what you have to let go within the family. This is also a time when you can be generous with people in the family, especially your in-laws, and that at a later date would give you good results. So as we move on for the Taurus Lagna. For the Taurus Lagna, the houses that are very much strongly affected or are very active are the seventh house, the eighth house, the ninth house, a later date, the 10th house, 11th house, and the 12th house. So, as I see it, those houses pertaining to your public life come to a great deal of uh, under the scrutiny or under the banner, and they are very active. So it is a time when you show great deal of activity in your business, your work, in your social life, because the 11th lord is also involved in this, in the ninth house. It's a general pronomination. What we can say is that in general it can be told that you would be making association with greater people on a higher strata in your field of work, and that would be uh, giving you, you would be making inroads into social circles, and that would be bringing you a lot of profit. It is also it can also be seen that there can be some relationship that can be is in the offing, or there's some relationship that can be finding its way out of your life. So you have to be very careful about choosing the partner or letting go of your partner, because this is something that you need to be feeling very responsible about, and making sure that the partner or you do not make a lot of mistakes that can be costly at a later date. With the eighth lord in the ninth house, we can also ascertain that this is a time when your gut feelings, when your prenominations would definitely be a bang on the spot. So don't ignore them. Again, as we see the 10th and the ninth lord together, you could be moving towards more traditional practices in your business field or in your job, and that would also be in your favor, especially when Jupiter moves into Aquarius in this nakshatra. uh, as we move on to the Gemini Lagna, for the Gemini Lagna people, the houses that form the core of activity with Jupiter transiting Dhanishta Nakshatra are the sixth house, seventh house, eighth house, ninth house on a late or on a later date, and 10th house and 11th house. So sixth house is the house of your employees, and it's the sixth lord, which is definitely very, very strongly working here. And it is a good time to understand that you need to have a very clear cut vision about these people. And if you feel that there may be problems, if you can with them, you can nip it right at the bud. Or if you feel there is a very strong chance of growth, the chance of growth is also very much present, especially for those people who are expecting any promotions. There is a chance when Mercury joins Jupiter in Dhanishta Nakshatra, then the chance of promotion becomes very strong, especially when your ability to speak at the right time and in the right manner, keeping in mind all the protocol, you will definitely do better there. When we talk about Jupiter as the lord of the seventh house in the eighth house, it could be time for you to spend certain amount of money, time and effort, or with your family members, and also with your in-laws. This is very important for you if you want to get better results in your profession also. With the 11th house also being very strongly activated, the chances that you might get some resources from foreign country is also very abundant for you, so you can also tap in that resource. We move on to the Cancer Lagna. For the Cancer Lagna people, the fourth house, fifth house, sixth house, seventh house, um, sorry, the fifth house, sixth house, seventh house, and later on, these activated houses, the activities we do during this period will have definite relation with the eighth house, the ninth house, and the 10th house are very strongly activated. In such a case, we see that your ability to stay focused, your ability to convert any obstacle into an opportunity will definitely work to your advantage. Your ability to see a person's or an employee's point of view and then convert it into something beautiful is also something that will give you good results later on. Later on, this is a good time to understand that your spouse is very, and your children are very strongly affected by your sulking, or by your mood swings also, because the sixth house is also about mood swings. So you have to, and the Dhanishta nakshatra makes it very strong that you do not get into any scuffle, you do not get into any problems or hearsays about from the spouse, about the spouse, so that you maintain a level that this nakshatra endorses you. Again, when we talk about the ninth house and the 10th house being strongly activated, these houses talk about wealth, name, honor, and being very true, not being judgmental, but very true to what you see around you, especially in your profession. When the 6 and 8, 6 and 10 combine, there's a definite period when you do not have to be judgmental, but you have to be true in your judgment. So that is also one thing that you should be able to work on. As we talk about the Leo Lagna, for the Leo Lagna, this is a good place because the Yoga Karakas nakshatra, even for the Cancer Lagna people, it's a good happening because the Yoga Karakas nakshatra is becoming active with one of the most giving planets, Jupiter, which for you is also the ninth lord. So it also gives you a bhagyodaya. Similarly, for the Leo Lagna, Jupiter, which is the fifth lord, the lord of your love, of your children, of your life, in general, if your of your happiness, and also your ability to become a celebrity in your own right, that is active along with the fourth house, the sixth house, the seventh house, the eighth house, and the ninth house. So, yes, when the eighth and ninth combine, your spiritual insights will increase. Your ability to be, to not just judge things on a mundane level, but judge things spiritually. And when the word spiritual moves in, there's not much to judge about. So, yes, you become much more compassionate and you become much more accepting. These changes will definitely show up in your life. When we talk about your spouse, with your sixth, seventh lord in the sixth house, with the fifth lord and the eighth lord, you have to be very, very careful when you are talking with your spouse or when you are in a discussion, because that discussion at one point may turn into a war zone. So be afraid of that. Be take a good call on that before you turn your discussions into war zones. As we talk about the fifth house, uh, fifth house for students is also competitive exams. For those students who are willing and who are going to study hard for competitive exams, the next few months are a very good time to convert your potential into something that can give you an edge over others. So try working in that area also. As we move forward to the Virgo Lagna, for the Virgo Lagna, the houses that get connected are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 house. The houses of transformation, the houses of being able to take very bold and strong reasoning, strong decisions with without much, if I can say that, it is much to do with your intuitive power, with your ability to think very closely and then take a decision. So this is going to be a time when you have to trust your gut feelings. This is also a time when you have to be very aware of what wrong you can possibly do, and then uh, eliminate that wrong and go ahead with your work bravely and very boldly. With the fifth house being very strongly active, this is a chance, this is a time when your children might do exceptionally well in their work, take responsibility for their actions, and study good, because the fifth house is also the house of education. This is also a house when you would be time when you would be doing a lot of studies, because the fourth house and the fifth house would give you an ability to convert the knowledge into something practical for you. As a result, this would help you in your profession, because Saturn would also be aspecting your seventh house along with Jupiter, helping it to take very constructive measures. The eighth house talks about your ability to move into deep sadhana. This is also the house which gives you issues relating to taxations, or can bring about certain changes for the good relating to your studies, relating to your relating to your profession in your life, and it also talks about the wealth and the comfort that your children can gain. And in that case, your children would stand to gain much by way of your initiative, or by way of your paying certain amount of constructive time to them. When we talk about the Libra Lagna, for the Libra Lagna people, the houses that are very strongly activated are the second house, the third house, the fourth house, the fifth house on a later date, the sixth house, and the seventh house. The houses of partnership, be it professional or personal, are very much uh, in activation. And as per what the Dhanishta Nakshatra and the Jupiter Nakshatra, Jupiter planet has to say, it's time to be very conscious about your partner. It's very important that you pay attention to your partner so that nothing untowards happens in your relationship. It is also a time when you, if you put in a lot of effort, as we said, that Dhanishta Nakshatra is also about skill building. So when you put in an effort to gain knowledge in a certain field, as Jupiter moves into the nakshatra of Dhanishta and the third and the fourth padas, and further on in Sadbhish, when it moves, travels into Aquarius, it would be a time when you could convert that knowledge into a practical use, and it will also bring you name and fame. This Jupiter, which is the lord of the third house, is asking you to open your mind up, be creative in your studies, not just follow a very strong traditional method, but to be creative in those fields also. As this Jupiter is the ruler of the sixth house, it is asking you to plot out the obstacles that you can see and work on them slowly and steadily, such that they become opportunities for you. With the seventh house being active, as I have told you earlier, and the second house, it is time to pay much attention to your family and spouse. It is also a time when you can pay good attention to your health, because Jupiter can bring about a strong desire in you to eat stuff, uh, probably that kind of food which is very heavy, or which is oily, which is very sugary, sweet. So, need to control that area also becomes very important. For the Scorpio Lagna. For the Scorpio Lagna, just like for the Taurus, it was an outward journey. For the Scorpio, it is the reverse. It is an inward journey, because the houses of 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth on a later date, 5 and 6 get activated. So it's a very intense internal travel. It's a travel wherein a person realizes quite a lot of things about himself, or rather life in particular. Your ideas, your philosophies will definitely find a growth, a big growth, but in a very steady manner. You will you will grow as a person, because you have the ability to be stable in whatever you do, especially when Jupiter moves into the first pada of Dhanishta Nakshatra. Your ability to be very strongly heard and understood, and to stand firm on your ground will definitely come into the forefront. As we talk about Jupiter moving into the lord of the second and the fifth house, moving into the third house, this is a period of great creativity for you, be in terms of poetry, or be in terms of um, writing, articulation, or it could also be acting. Any of these skills that you're planning to develop on, work on after a long period, also after a gap of time, also please start them, because they will at a later date help you connect with your emotions and probably with many people in general. This is also a time when Jupiter says make investments that are long term paying. And once you make these investments, please forget them for a couple of years, for some years, and then see the benefits that they get for you on a long term basis. So we come forward to the Sagittarius Lagna. For the Sagittarius Lagna, the entire play is in 1 to 5 houses and also the 12th house. So when we connect the fifth, fourth house and the 12th house, it talks about a change in your home, where you can move into a bigger area. You can actually start investing in certain amount of land or certain amount of house that you want to do. And as Jupiter moves into the third house for you, you could be trying to build a better and a more beautiful home. And you could also end up spending a lot of money in on those areas, on those grounds. With Jupiter connecting your Lagna and the second house, this and that too in the Dhanishta Nakshatra, money is paramount in your life at the moment. At it, as it connects it with your fifth house and the 12th house, I could also say, as a remedial measure, spend on your children and get back as much as you can from other sources, being lucky with them. Also, it could mean that your children could help you understand the means, the areas where you can spend on and gain a lot too. It could also mean that you would be getting new ideas about your workplace that will help you change things and bring about growth in your life, especially when Jupiter moves into, and name also, especially when Jupiter would move into the first pada. Okay. And when Jupiter would move into the third pada of Aquarius at that time, in Dhanishta, at that time, it's most likely that you would be getting a lot of name and fame and appreciation. You would be socially getting a place in the under the sun. When we talk about the Capricorn Lagna, for the Capricorn Lagna people, Jupiter is the lord of the second house, and it is also the third house and the 12th house, and it is sitting on the Lagna. So it is a chance that your creative abilities would demand that you spend in a very strong manner. And once you start doing that, your ability to get results would be slow but very, very steady, and it would help you to connect, especially for those people who are into areas like media marketing, who are for us YouTubers, for many of these people belonging into this genre. The more you spend on the PR, the more better it becomes for you, and it will give you results. It will give you very directed results, prosperity over a period of time. It would in fact give results very quickly also. And when we talk about the relationship with the 4 and the 11th house, it is your connectivity with people, connectivity with masses, giving you enough support and recognition. As the as the first and second lord get connected, it talks about your wealth, you becoming extremely conscious about your wealth, or for that matter, you becoming conscious about the way people perceive you, your value in the eyes of people. When we come to the Aquarius Lagna, this Aquarius Lagna is is the Lagna where Jupiter becomes the lord of the second house and the 11th house, the planet of value. If you haven't known about the planet of value, very much requesting you to see our video on planet of value, which talks about why certain planets are very important in our chart. So your planet of value is Jupiter, Aquarius Lagna people, and as it is in the 12th house and also activating the 10th house, very straight, either you get money from outside sources or you spend money on your business, restructurize your business, let go of things that are of the past, not required, old and obsolete, and then you will realize that the generation of money becomes very easy for you, especially when in a few months time Jupiter moves over your Lagna and starts showing results there. With Jupiter being the lord, or with the third house also activated, and along with the 10th house, definitely, as I said, the restructuration part would be very, very useful and very, very applicable in your chart for those who plan to learn new things, plan to study, plan to develop a skill, it would be essential on your part to have certain amount of faith in the divine, not do anything to hurt others, and then begin your way. It will definitely give you good results. As we talk about the final transit, the Pisces, for the Pisces Lagna people, uh, this transit would be happening in this transit would show your the effects of the ninth house, 10th house, 11th house, 12th house, Lagna, and the second house. The Lagna and the second house talk about your way of accepting things. For the Lagna, definitely, as Saturn also aspects the Lagna, it does not allow you to take rash decisions. So, this is a very good point in your favor. With the second lord in the third house, yes, if you're planning to work on your finances, planning to juggle your finances, planning to restructure your finances, or for that matter, your value of self worth is important here. And if you're working on those grounds also, it should also give you good results, because Tanishta Nakshatra is also a nakshatra for skill building. For the Pisces Lagna people, the houses that get activated are your ninth house, 10th house, 11th house, 12th house on a later date, and the Lagna and the second house. When the Lagna and the second house are correlated, it means that you have the ability to garner wealth, understand your self worth, and move ahead, wanting whatever you want, be in terms of wealth, be in terms of family values, be in terms of skill building, which this nakshatra very well allows you to do, and in fact promotes you to do, is all possible for you. The fifth house, the ninth house is the house of your blessings. Here your intuitive abilities would also prove to be a blessing for you. It would also mean that when the ninth lord aspects the ninth house, the blessings of the elders would also be there on you. With your 11th house and Jupiter moving into Dhanishta, it is a time when your work will definitely see an expansion. Later date, we might just feel that there can be a burnout. So be very aware of that, because then Jupiter would move, the Lagna Lord would move into the 12th house, which would mean that you would need a place of rest or a time of repercussion. But as of now, it's very important that your 10th lord in the 11th house with the 11th lord in the Nishta Nakshatra is a symbol, or is a perfect time for you to show some amount of expansion, which is wealth generating in its own right. The 12th house is the house of getting the highest form of knowledge possible, and in connection to your work, if you want to acquire that kind of skills so that it gives you a better position and a better worth in society in your work, then it is a good time to start working on that aspect also. So we must understand a few things if we want this nakshatra of Dhanishta and Jupiter, a beautiful combination to help us move ahead financially and in a very skillful manner in life, is that whatever you do, learn to take responsibility for your actions. Till we meet with you again,
Please hit the bell icon for fresh updates. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on the videos, and please subscribe to our
thank you.
channel.